What's going on, everyone? It's Justin here, and welcome to another episode of Setup Makeover. And I believe that this one could be one of the biggest transformations to date, because when I was looking for a setup, I wanted to find one that was messy and could really use a night and day difference. So for this episode, we're doing one for Matt, and as you can probably tell in the beginning, there was a lot of things on the desk. There was just clutter everywhere, a water jug, as well as some snacks on the right side. So we kind of took that whole thing apart, picked a new desk that had a bit of storage, as well as an Alex drawer system along the right side, and really gave him a minimal, clean and white setup, and kind of going back to the roots of some of my favorite setups back in the day. If you guys enjoy videos like this and want to win an item from this video, just make sure you subscribe to the channel, drop a like on this video, leave a comment down below, and also follow me over on Instagram, and I'll be picking a winner in the comment section when this video hits 5,000 likes. As always, all the products that I mentioned in this video are going to be down below, so make sure you go ahead and check those out, and let's just get started with the setup makeover. I still have many other episodes in the series of the loft makeover, as well as the tour going into 2021, so I really hope you guys are excited for that as well.
Hey everyone, my name is Matt from North Vancouver. I'm here in Victoria now, student studying at Camosun for sports management. I inherited this desk from the previous owners in the room, and I spend every morning here doing my classes in the mornings, and I spend most of my evenings as well doing work for my classes. Right now, I've got my laptop in the middle, and I have all my food over here on the side, and my toiletries are up here with my water behind me. It's pretty cluttered, because I don't have much storage to put my stuff. I do have one drawer, and when I do open it, the drawer does come off, so that's about the best I got right now for drawer storage. Looking forward, I'd like a cleaner desk with less clutter, some storage so I can put my mason jars, my food in there. Somewhere else I can put my sports stuff, and maybe a couple more working drawers as well.
So now that we've taken a look at Matt's desk, it's time to get started on the design process and figure out what we can do with this setup in order to give him more storage, but also just like a clean and organized look, because there's a laptop and some of the things that we're planning to add are a monitor.
The monitor, really?
Yeah.
With a
7-inch.
Oh wow, okay, dope, thank you. Wow.
A set of speakers, as well as just a mix of a minimal white look with a few wood accents. And for the wall color, I'm still trying to decide between doing like a white and gray. You guys know that I don't really switch up my colors that often, and the reason for that is you can't really go wrong with a clean setup, and with white, if you ever decide to paint it another color, you can do so very easily. So the first step, as usual, is to take everything off of the desk, and this is definitely one that was the perfect setup makeover candidate, because there was just so much stuff that had to be cleaned up. You had tech in the middle, food on the right, toiletries on the left, and also a water jug, and you essentially couldn't really see the desk itself, and below that there is broken shelves and also some sporting gear. So after we moved everything out, we will try to find a home for where some of these items will go, but a lot of which I feel like just don't really belong in a desk setup. When it came to deciding the furniture, one of my favorite options is the IKEA Alex desk. And for anyone who is tall, this is like a comfortable height because it has a drawer in the front as well and brings the desktop a little bit higher. And based on the amount of space that we had some room to put an Alex drawer unit that gives them 5 drawers of storage and about a 1-inch clearance from the closet. Once the IKEA Alex desk was done, it was time to move it into the room, and as I mentioned, based on our measurements, it was right down to the edge of the closet. So we kind of suggested that it would make sense to rotate the bed in order to give it more space for both the bed, the nightstand, and the desk setup. And the other piece that we also picked up was the IKEA Alex drawer system, which is finally back in stock in white, and that gives him 5 drawers to put anything that he wants, including toiletries or snacks if he would like. It was also time to set up a nice gray light, and I'm going to show you like a special feature that it has a little bit later. And the last piece that we added was a pegboard to the wall to just allow him to put some books, stationery pieces, and a bit of decor. The pegboard is relatively inexpensive and really adds dimension to the room, and it is available in a few different color combinations, including a brown back or a white one. The shelves themselves are fully customizable and come in the color of white and gray, and for my personal office, I actually use it to charge camera batteries. Before we move on to the next part of the setup though, I want to give a huge thanks to the sponsor of this video, Rakuten, and their cashback button, which is great for the holiday season as well as Black Friday shopping. It is super easy to use and completely free. Just go ahead and install the browser extension, and as you shop on your favorite retailers, including Nike, Best Buy, Samsung, Overstock, Tiger Direct, you name it, there's over 2,500 compatible retailers that you can save money on. As someone like myself who buys a lot of tech, a lot of stuff for the home, as well as clothes, they've pretty much covered every single category that I enjoy to be able to start saving right away. Just go ahead and shop as you would on your favorite merchant, and the Rakuten button will pop up if there's an opportunity for a cashback. If you guys go ahead and use my link that is on screen as well as the top of the description box below, then you can get a $40 welcome bonus when you sign up for your free account. So don't forget to go ahead and use Rakuten for your holiday shopping needs. So now moving on to the tech side of things, the main one is the BenQ 27-inch monitor, and that is the GL2780. The reason why I choose this is because it comes in at a price point of under $150, and if you want to get the 24-inch model, it comes in at under $120. Another way to also add contrast to the desk and also protect it is a desk mat, and the one I have here is a leather one from Grovemade. The keyboard choice is one that I have used before, but that is the Keychron K2, which is a mechanical keyboard that also looks really good with the gray color scheme and orange corner. Because Matt is a student, I opted for the MX Anywhere 3 mouse, so he can go ahead and take it with him to school, and it's super portable with great battery life and nice tracking. The Grovemade leather and wood headphone stand is also something that we added in case you want to use that, and the speaker setup is from Logitech, and that is the Z533 with the subwoofer as well. It has a total of 120 watts of power, so it can really fill in that room and then some, and the 2.1 setup is also really going to add some dimension in sound. It also has a nice dial to control the volume. Even though the light is usually a really boring piece, the one that we went with is the IKEA Hector, and one really cool feature that it has is a Qi wireless charger that is built into the base. So that really saves some space. There's also a USB port on the back that you can also use, and as a user of the Samsung Galaxy S9, Matt is now able to charge his phone right on his desk. Another little touch is the Grovemade stand, and this is usually used for the iMac, but I feel like this monitor does fit on pretty nicely, and the reason why I added it is so Matt can have his computer underneath and easily accessible. When I was initially talking to Matt about what kind of setup he wanted and the few touches, one of the things that he did mention was some LED lights. So these ones are from Govee on Amazon, and they come in at a price of under $20, and I actually really like them. They just so happen to plug into the USB port of the Hector Lite, and the remote control is built in and easy to cycle, so we were able to tuck it in on the side, and it also comes in a model with a white remote. And there's also a mount for the basketball, because I noticed in his previous setup he kind of just had a basketball loose around the room or in the desk itself. This floating look really does look good, and it also keeps the basketball out of the way, but also easy to grab anytime. Because Matt is relatively tall, we had to keep ergonomics in mind, so beyond the monitor stand, it also made sense to have a wrist rest, and that just brings a more comfortable typing experience with the Keychron K2. Because from my personal uses, I just found that the angle of that keyboard is just not as good as it could be. This leather mat does have a good size and can be used for both the keyboard as well as the mouse, so there isn't anything kind of shifting around and getting mispositioned easily. When it comes to my impressions of the BenQ monitor, I believe that they're probably the best option that you can get under $150. There's obviously a few things that I don't like as much, but I feel like for the price, you have a solid monitor that has a 1 millisecond response time that is good for gaming, it is 75 Hz, and also has decent colors, and I think for a desk this size, a 27-inch monitor does work quite nicely. It is only 1080p, but if you have a computer that may not be as new or powerful, then a 1080p monitor won't take up too much resources to slow the system down. Some of the complaints that I have about this monitor are that the viewing angles just aren't that good. If you're on like the wrong side of it, it does have like a big color cast, and also the fact that there's only one HDMI port and you kind of have to get an adapter if you want to use the rest. But otherwise, because Matt is not like a photographer, videographer, or a heavy gamer, then I feel like this monitor it was a good fit because for the most part, he just watches sports and does his homework. As for the chair, you guys know I love to use Facebook Marketplace, so I actually found this chair that I'm sitting on right now for $55 Canadian, and it was actually from a Marriott. So the ones that they have in the hotel rooms, they're selling it for cheap, and it looks really good. And typically in setup makeovers, we spend about $100 per chair, and I feel like that is like the cheapest price you can get a good looking chair brand new. So going on Facebook also gives you many good options, but everything in this video is stuff that you can go ahead and buy from IKEA, online, on Amazon, and I try to find my products that way so that you guys can go ahead and get it for yourself as well. The IKEA Alex drawer units are also a very trusty option, and it gives him 5 areas to put all of his stuff and organize them. This is a product that I feel like a lot of people are familiar with, and for very good reason, because it provides a lot of storage, looks minimal, and it was actually out of stock for most of this year. So now that we're done, let's go ahead and get Matt's reaction.
Wow. Wow, that's pretty sweet. Speaker down there? Damn. Oh, and you got this. Wow. This is dope. This is real dope. Sweet.
So here we have the desk set up complete in its entire form, and I feel like in some areas we did go the budget route, whereas for others we did pick nicer stuff. So all in all, I would call this kind of like a mid-price tier. The speakers may have costed a little bit more than they needed to, whereas the monitor I think was a good value for what was needed. As for the lamp, IKEA does make cheaper options out there, starting at even $5, but I feel like with the wireless charging function, it came in at a price that was very reasonable. The Grobman accessories are obviously going to be more expensive, but they are definitely the best quality. And the pegboard is also one of those things that I feel like is a cheap way to add decor and put whatever you have, if it looks good, on the shelf. So now that the setup makeover is complete, as you can probably see, it is a completely new look. There is white paint on the wall that is my favorite color pretty much, and that is Chantilly lace, a nice crisp and pure white. And when deciding on the desk, I was kind of split between going with a dark and a light, and ended up opting for a white color with a leather desk mat and also some accents here and there that added a bit of wood and personality to it.
I'm super happy with my new desk right here. I really like the white on white. I think it looks really fresh, really clean. I like how the desk is laid out here. I got my lights over here, the lights in the back, which I'm really looking forward to using, along with the speaker system. I've never had a proper speaker system set up with my laptop or anything, so I'm really happy to try that out. It's super cool with the basketball hanging off the wall there, always accessible, easy to grab, out of the way. It's out of the space of my desk, so I have more space for all my other stuff. Literally looking forward to using the drawers, utilizing all the space I have there, compared to the one drawer I had before. Now I got 2 underneath my workspace, along with another 5 on the side. The monitor, really looking forward to using the monitor with my laptop. Never used a screen that big for any of my schoolwork or anything online. Got the wireless charger on the lamp. Really looking forward to using that. Never used one of those before. Cool addition here. Gives me an extra outlet with all my other technology that I can use. Don't have to have a phone charger plugged in. I got the subwoofer down here. Really looking forward to using that with music. Probably play a lot more music out of my room here now. I got a bulletin board here that I can put stuff up, keep stuff off my desk. Give me more space to work here on my desk. Keep my books up here. Keep my books in my drawers here. Really happy with how this turned out. Really looking clean. Hopefully I can keep it as clean as it is now. Don't want to get back to my old ways. Hopefully this will be a new start for me. Really looking forward to utilizing this desk for school and for any of my daily activities.
But that pretty much wraps it up for this episode of Setup Makeover, and I think it did turn out pretty nicely. And even though we're working with a very small, like kind of student room space, I think we were able to add a pretty large desk and make the most of it. And I feel like now he's got a pretty solid setup that has different levels, areas for storage, and also a bit of personality based on stuff that he likes. As always, if you guys enjoyed this, make sure you drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all in the next video.